Good morning, this is Kellaland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
4 people were arrested Saturday morning after following a victim from Inwood, Iowa all the way to Canton. According to a Facebook post in the early morning hours of March 15th, officers from the Canton Police Department were called to Highway 18.
The caller claimed that a vehicle had been following them since they left their Inwood residence. The victim said that the suspect vehicle contained 4 individuals who had previously assaulted him. The suspects also allegedly used a baseball bat to strike his vehicle, smashing one of their windows.
The 4 suspects were arrested on charges of simple assault along with various outstanding warrants and possession of narcotics.
A 2-car crash near T has officials reminding drivers to pay attention to stop signs. According to a post on Facebook around 3 p.m. on Sunday, officials responded to a 2-vehicle crash west of T.
A Jeep was headed south and collided with an SUV at the intersection. The SUV was headed east and failed to stop at the stop sign. The SUV driver was cited. No injuries were reported.
Dry conditions have left crews battling wildfires across the state in recent weeks.
The east side of South Dakota received some much-needed moisture over the weekend, but officials say it provided little relief.
Anything right now, if you look behind you in the tall grass and to the east of us here, that tall grass will burn like it's got gas on it.
It's also recommended that you refrain from burning.
Timmerman says he doesn't think the threat of wildfires will decrease until the brown grass turns green.
Now let's get a check on our forecast with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, everybody. We are looking at a warm day in southeastern Kellaland. We'll get these temperatures probably in the low to middle 70s, even a chance to hit 70 today in central South Dakota. That's Pierce forecast high. It will be a little cooler in the northern and northeastern South Dakota, but still above average, 50s and 60s, near 70 today in Rapid City. But that comes with a strong west wind, 25 to 45 miles per hour. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Parade goers braved the elements on Saturday during this year's St. Patrick's Day Parade in Sioux Falls.
Even though it was cold and windy, people didn't let that stop them from enjoying the festivities.
I was kind of bummed because at first I thought it was still going to be raining, but now that the sun's out, I'm a happy camper.
Organizers say they have never canceled a parade because of the weather, but they did cancel due to COVID in 2020 and did not bring the parade back until 2022.
The Cat Cafe in Sioux Falls will soon be expanding, adding another cat room for visitors. However, that's not until all its large kitchen equipment is sold.
The owner of the cafe says some of the items for sale include a refrigerator and a dishwasher.
Owners with places around town, people can come and take a look at our equipment. We're sending photos. The sooner we can get the equipment moved, the sooner we can get that room painted, get the new couches and new bookshelves in there, and get people in there.
Currently, the cafe has 16 cats people can visit. However, with the additional room, it's looking to have up to 45 cats.
Wood Grain Brewing Company is adding a second location in Sioux Falls.
Wood Grain has been part of downtown since 2015, but is now in the process of expanding east, moving into the former obscure brewing company just off Arrowhead Parkway.
They're currently in the process of upgrading the tap room.
Tap room, fresh coat of paint, clean everything really well, new chairs, make it more cozy, more inviting, some light features on the walls, putting in a little bit better sound system. So yeah, we're just gonna make it a little bit more cozy and inviting and a place that people want to take their families and their dogs and come hang out.
Hartman also has plans to improve the outdoor space and hopes to have the new location open by May.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check of your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather update today. Well, first of all, we're going to start with some headlines here. We'll begin with tonight's weather and tomorrow. We have a winter storm warning in effect for the central and northern Black Hills. This is for accumulating snowfall that will likely pile up locally 6 inches of accumulation, where it's not quite as heavy, but still in effect. Winter weather advisory stretches along I-90 from Spearfish down to just about Rapid City, and then also north here through Belle Fourche. That takes you up here into those areas of west central South Dakota. Separate from that, but somewhat related, it's the same storm system, but as it takes a bend through Nebraska and Iowa, here we go. Winter storm watch for Wednesday, and this is for the potential for blizzard conditions. It does not include Sioux Falls, but it does run up to Beersford, down to Sioux City, over to Spencer, and then all the way up almost to the Twin Cities. So travelers, especially, and those that live in those affected areas, be watching the weather. And another element to add to the weather mix and potpourri of weather discussions, we have a red flag warning in effect. That's high fire danger today. Counties shaded in the pink is where that's highest, and certainly runs close to Interstate 90 and south. Here are some numbers to think about today. Temperatures, Sioux Falls, we're in the low 70s at 3 o'clock. We're forecasting that to be our high today, very close to that level. Rapid City will be close to 70, but notice winds, they are picking up this afternoon, and that southwestern quarter of South Dakota could get awfully gusty, and that just feeds into these fire weather forecasts, so be careful. Very much a cautionary note on that. Tonight, the winds will turn around to the northeast. We start to watch radar. There could be a little bit of a little light rain, light snow combo in the morning. Temperatures at the surface are probably a little bit above freezing. So again, maybe some snowflakes here, but the accumulation of that out into the plains looks to be pretty minimal. But I would start paying attention maybe west of Faith into Spearfish and Buffalo. That's where some of this will stick to the ground. And of course, it'll be much more effective at that into the higher elevations of the Black Hills. Rapid City at this point, yes, we're including some rain and snow chances there. Sioux Falls tomorrow, we're going to be in the low 50s, but then, excuse me, as we get into tomorrow night and on Wednesday, that system is going to take shape here south of Sioux Falls, and that snow line, while it might graze Sioux Falls, it looks like the heaviest of it will stay to the south and east. But where you get the snow and the wind combo, there's definitely some concern about that with the blowing snow aspect. In fact, here's an example of our wind forecast. We'll start late Tuesday afternoon with a northeast wind running at 20 to 35, much of southern South Dakota. But look at Wednesday morning. See that Vermilion, Sioux Falls, Spencer, Iowa, those numbers, 35 to 45, maybe gusts to 50 or better in northwest Iowa by Wednesday afternoon. So it wouldn't take much to get blizzard conditions with that kind of wind. Highs today, 76 degrees in Yankton. We're up to 55 in Sisseton. 7-day forecast will dip with that chance of precip on Wednesday, but that's it for a little while. We're back to the low to mid 50s as we conclude the work week. The forecast for Aberdeen in the northeast, we'll get just a glancing shot at some of this moisture on Tuesday. Could pick up a little moisture. We haven't had as much in Aberdeen lately. So this one too, not going to move the math a lot here. And then we're looking at dry weather the balance of the work week. Weekend wise, there's a chance we may have to add some moisture there on Sunday. A weak system coming in from the northwest. Temperature forecast though later this week kind of even out. Will be above the averages, mid-50s to about 60 in Pierre as we go toward Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And Rapid City as we get this glancing blow of a little light rain snow combo tomorrow with the blustery winds. Looks like that's going to last for about a day. And then already on Wednesday, things are starting to clear and we're back to 50 on Thursday. More details at KENTOLAND.com.